today is stretch and strength yoga. We are gonna stretch, lengthen, and build some strength. A little bit of both. Kaylee's voting for knee jerk. She's very upset she missed it last week with her vacation day. So, I have part of the tendon on my leg. Okay, so today it would be helpful if you have yoga blocks. If you don't have them, don't worry about it. Use something that is about this size or just kind of adjust. It's also handy if you have either yoga bands or just straps. These are exercise bands. Yoga bands are just stretchy bands of different strengths. So if you have those, grab them, keep them handy, and start on your back. Let's go down to our back, having your strap handy. Kaylee, you might get that using the strap. Really? So let's start on our backs. If you like, just to start, maybe hook your band up around your lower leg. If you have your strap, just strap the band around the lower legs. Bring the feet to the ground, knees up, and let the knees settle in. And maybe press against the strap just a teeny bit. Not engaging, but just feeling a little tightness around the legs. Almost like you're being brought in so that some of your other muscles can take a little break. Let your hips land on the ground, your head land on the ground, and your breath arrive into the torso, nice and soft. Start to build up a little sacred space around your mat, allowing everything that's outside to be outside of your sacred space. Worries about tomorrow, worries about yesterday, to-do list, all of that stuff is outside for the next 60 minutes. I'm bringing a hand over your heart, just making a little promise for yourself to try and be present in this moment, in this time, this physical body, having an experience in present moment, an internal experience. Let go of what you think shapes should be or how strong you think you should be. In fact, let go of the word should. And then we'll begin to move and breathe. So bringing the feet about hip width apart. We're going to lift the hips with our inhale and lower with our exhale. Trying to keep our shoulders nice and firm on the ground and not pushing our chin to our chest. Try and keep your chin to the ceiling. I like to have robot arms. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. And if you have the band or the strap, try pushing into the band as you lift. Starting to engage all the muscles from the heels to the mid-back, and then the muscles on the front line too. Pull the hips up. And then the outer hips as you push into the band. See how many muscle groups you can find. And then bring your hips up and hold, engage, and really press into the band. Breathe. Lower the hips, take the heels out about an inch further away from the glutes. And then same thing, inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And you can lift the toes and just have the heels on the ground. Pull the toes towards the shin, get more engagement in the legs. And this time, lift the hips, hold, Engage. Now feel like you're trying to pull the heels towards the glutes without letting them move. Engage even more. Breathe. And then lower the hips. And find a comfortable position with the feet and take a little side shuffle with the knees. Nice and slow. And then we're going to take the feet up to the ceiling. So take the feet up to the ceiling. You still have the band if you have it. And just experience the feet in the air first. Take some ankle circles. Wiggle the toes. And then we're going to engage into the band. So lower the legs a little bit towards the ground. Only as far as you feel like you're pressing your hips firmly into the ground and the rib cage firmly in the ground. Not the lower back. Don't let the lower back do the work. We're going to inhale with the legs close together and exhale as we expand. Inhale as we open. Exhale as we expand.
When you asked me if I was getting out of bed this morning, I should have rolled over and said no. This is painful.
Pressing into the band. If you don't have the band, just use your leg muscles. Open slow and back. Engage legs. Finding your breath.
Ow, my hips.
Find the inner thighs. See if you can find the inner thighs. Maybe you need to change how your feet are. And then bring your knees in. Give yourself a little hug to reset. We're not done.
Lots of time.
Take your feet back up. Take them down just a little bit towards the ground. Press the hips into the ground. Press the rib cage into the ground. Notice compensation patterns. You might want to use your arms. So just notice. And we're going to do splits. So we're going to open the legs.
Ow.
And then bring it back. Open the left leg down and bring it back. So your inhale, open and squeeze. Exhale, bring it back. Resist the movement. Use your muscles. Use that lower core. Stop quitting.
You can see that?
Yes, I can see it. The yoga teacher sees all, even when you think she's not looking. And then bring the knees in. Give yourself a little hug. Wrap the band around the ball of the left foot. Take the right foot down to the ground. You take it longer, foot down, knee up. Press into the band and find the back of the leg. Fire it up. See if you can feel like you're pushing your hip down into the ground and pushing your leg up. Find the place where your hamstrings, the back of your leg feels warm. And then take that leg over to the left. Let it open up. Feel the inner thigh. You can play with the angle of the foot. See which feels better. Angle of the leg, angle of the foot. Try to keep the right hip grounded. There's no goal. There's no, I have to get my foot to a certain position. You're just opening up inner thigh. Find the inner thigh. Find where it feels like it's waking up, warming up for you. And then bring that back. Left foot goes down, right foot into the band. Push into the ball of the foot. Find the back of the leg. Breathe. And then open the leg up to the right side. I like to let my left knee open up just to counterbalance. Breathe. And then bring that back. Bring the knees in. Give yourself a little hug. And then roll on over to a side.
Oh,
Come on up to a seated position. Find an easy seat. We're going to take the band. If you have it, press your arms into the band. And just start to press open as you inhale. Exhale as you bring it in. Inhale, open. Exhale in. It's a small movement if you have the band. You're not going to go far unless you have a stretchy one. Starting to warm up the shoulders. Don't make this too intense. Then press into the band just so that you're engaged and slowly bring your arms up.
I'm already tired.
And slowly, this is warm up. Bring your arms down. Keep them about shoulder height. Press into the brown band. Bring your chin to your chest. And bring your chin all the way up to the ceiling. Back to neutral, right ear to right shoulder. Keeping the engagement. Back to neutral, left ear to left shoulder. Back to neutral, take your hands behind you and wrap into the band. So right on your forearms, press into the band. Hands can be down on the ground. Press and engage, and notice lower back. So really take a check-in on the lower back. Look for compensation patterns. Just use the arms and the shoulders. Press. Inhale, lift a little. Exhale, lower. Small movement. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Again, look out for the back. Try to keep the stomach a little engaged. Keep the spine long. We're not bringing the torso forward to make the movement bigger in the arms. Just want to engage the core, the shoulders, and the arms. Small movement. Let that go. Let your band go, and we're going to take little soft shoulder rolls. One at a time, nice and slow. And then come on over to a tabletop position. And start to move and breathe here. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, sink the hips back, child. Inhale, forward. And exhale, back. Feel your hands on the ground, your feet on the ground.
Got so much taboo on me.
And you can stay with this simple movement. If you'd like to pick it up today, when you come forward, inhale, lift opposite arm and leg. Exhale, lower to child. Inhale, come forward, lift opposite arm and leg with the stomach in the back, active and strong. No bowing in the back. Inhale, long, lengthen. Exhale, sink and settle. Inhale, long and lengthen. Exhale, lower and surrender. And then come on back to a tabletop position. Tuck the toes and all the way up to a down dog. Find some movement in your down dog. Warm up your down dog. And then find the stillness of the pose. Find your breath. Long, slow breath. Turning your world upside down. Experiencing your head below your heart. the little bend in the knees and soft engagement in the torso. Slowly walk your hands back to your feet. Maybe your bend in your legs gets a little deeper. Hang. Take the tension out of your neck. Slowly walk your hands all the way back to down dog. Engaged, not flopping. Arms are engaged. Find your down dog. Slowly walk your hands back.
Stop. No. We're not going to do this.
Bend into your knees and find your head down. Let go of the tension in your head. Slowly walk your hands back out.
No, we're not doing it.
Down dog. And then we're going to move and breathe a little bit bigger. Inhale forward to a high plank shape. Exhale, down dog. Inhale forward. Exhale, down dog. And you can return to the shape where we're doing from tabletop, inhaling forward, lifting opposite arm and leg. Or if you'd like to find the challenge, inhale forward plank, lift opposite arm and leg, exhale lower down dog. Inhale forward plank, engage opposite arm and leg, exhale down dog. It's a super challenge.
That somehow cracked my back.
You're supposed to wobble. The wobbles are what makes your muscles stronger. And then slowly walk your hands back to your feet
No more
and
bear
hang.
problems. Isn't that bear problems?
Hmm.
It's not what I'm thinking of.
Take the tension out of your neck. Find your breath. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, bring your prayer down to your heart. We're going to move and breathe here. Inhale, open. Exhale, down to our heart. Inhale, open. Exhale, down. A couple more times, maybe adding in a baby chair as you bring it down. Making it a little more whole body. Sink it down to chair and hold. Take the tension out of the low back. Squeeze the lower core. Soften the shoulders and face. Breathe. And then inhale up and swan dive it down. Bending the knees deeply, walk the hands out, nice and slow and with control. Find your high plank. Find your down dog. Inhale, lift right leg high. Exhale, bend the knee, bring the foot towards the right hand. And this is where the blocks are going to come in handy. We're going to inhale forward. Exhale, opening up the back of the leg, straightening the back of the leg. Inhale forward. Exhale backwards. Trying to keep a little bit of weight into the blocks and off the joints until you're sure that you're not sinking into the joints. Using muscles rather than sinking into the edge of the joint range of motion. Bring your weight forward. This is where blocks are handy. Land with some weight onto the blocks. Tuck the toes on the back foot. You may need to adjust and let that back foot slide back a little. Sorry, tuck the toes, untuck the toes on the back foot. Find the position where you feel like you can be comfortable in both legs. And then pull that back leg towards you without letting it move. Maybe you got a little tuck in the pelvis. Feeling the front of this leg, front of the hip. Pull, pull, pull. Maybe lift the torso a little more. Lower the back knee, nice and soft, not entirely onto the kneecap. Still engaged in that back leg. Move the left block a little bit further forward. And we're going to take the right arm forward and then open up to the side. Nice big circle. Still engaged in both legs. Bring the body to, bring the right hand down, tuck the toes on the back foot, lift up the knee, low lunge. Remove your blocks out of the way and you inhale as you come all the way up to high lunge. We're going to move and breathe. Inhale, lengthen, open. Exhale, torso forward, sweep away. Inhale, open. Exhale, torso forward. Bring it all the way up. Bring your hands to your hips. You're going to bend into the front knee and then slowly turn this back foot open until you come wide straddle. We're going to take some movement side to side in our straddle. So bending one leg and then the other. Nice and slow, finding the legs.
My shirt is glowing on the camera.
And then having your block handy, find your block forward so you can get your torso to come forward, not too far, not too much lower than the hips. So keep your torso up. Engage the legs like you're trying to rip the mat with your feet. And then take the hips side to side. Find the inner thigh. Little soft left, right movement. Making sure this space is nice and warm. And then making sure that your band is kind of handy. Maybe wrap it under the ball of the right foot first. We're coming back to it. Bring your hands to your hips. Bring the torso up. And you're going to turn that right foot to triangle feet. So triangle feet, right foot forward, left foot even with the back of the mat. And we're going to engage the legs. Bring our arms up. Nice and strong. Triangle first. So feel like you're really engaging the feet, pulling the thighs away from each other, tearing the mat with your feet. We're going to take left arm towards right foot. So we're going to inhale up, exhale, windmill back. Legs engaged. You should be starting to feel this in inner thigh. Hold it open. And bring your right hand to your hip. We're going to bring our torso forward, forward, forward. You may need to bend this front knee to grab your strap. Once you have your strap, grab it with the right hand and you can rest it on the thigh. Try not to really bring your weight into your thigh and cheat. So now you're engaged. This right arm should be engaged. Left arm comes up. And we're going to squeeze forward nice and slow. Inhale as we open.
Okay, that's not what I thought you were.
Exhale, squeeze forward. Just notice how we're kind of doing the same thing, but we're using a different group of muscles. Inhale as you open and expand. Exhale as you bring it forward. Maybe start to bring that right arm up off the thigh and challenge yourself a little more. Maybe start to straighten up that front leg.
Maybe start to give up. Oh, God. I can't.
Let your band go. My legs are burning. Bring your feet back to straddle and give them some shakes. And we're going to switch sides with our strap. Shake your thighs, let your legs wiggle and loosen. And we're going to go back to center. So toes out, heels in. Find your block. And take your inner thighs, your hips side to side. Feel the inner thighs and notice left and right sides. And then bend the knees. Inhale, come on up. We're going to turn triangle feet to the other side. So left foot forward, right foot, even with the back edge of your mat. Set up for a nice triangle stance first. Get long and strong. We're going to windmill forward. So taking an inhale, exhale as you come forward. Inhale as you open. Exhale forward. Strong legs. So this won't feel like anything if you're not activating your legs. Inhale, open. Exhale, forward. You can do this and have it not be anything. Challenge yourself. And then come on back. Grab your band, engage the left hand. Maybe bend into that left knee a little. Hold the bend. Engage. Open up. Exhale forward. Right hand towards the left foot. Inhale, open. Exhale forward. And then start to bring the weight off that left thigh. Engage the left arm. Make this movement small. Squeeze the core so that you know how this movement is happening in your body. And then let it go. Bring it back up, straddle legs, and give the legs a shake. Inhale, up and over with the arms. Exhale, sink it down to goddess. Inhale, up and over. Exhale, down. Sink it down to goddess and hold.
There's even movement in my arms. I'm not cheating.
Engage your legs. And take right heel up and then left heel. Nice and slow. Try not to move the hips too much. Take this into the legs. Hands can be a prayer. They can be on your hips. Whatever is comfortable. Feel your legs. Nice and slow. Move through the muscles in your feet. And then maybe a little double lifts and lowers, nice and slow and with control. Woo. Bring it back up to straddle. We're going to turn to face the left leg. Bring your blocks. We're going to the other side. So frame out that front foot, press into the hands. Left foot meets right, and then back to down dog. Find your down dog. Find your breath. Reset. Take your feet wide in your down dog. And that same thing, take your hips a little bit over to the right and a little bit over to the left. Take the tension out of the neck. Take the tension out of the face. Bring the feet back into regular down dog. And left leg lifts. Bend the knee, bring it behind the left wrist. Finding your blocks. Inhaling forward, exhaling backwards. Bring your weight forward on the left leg, forward on the blocks. Untuck the toes of the back foot, place it down, slide it back, and then pull the foot forward, activating the entire front of that right leg. Maybe even lift the torso a little. This should be strong and active. It should feel like work. Slowly lower the back knee. Right arm a little forward. Really long left arm reaches and then all the way back. Nice big circle. And then tuck the toes, lift up that back knee. Inhale as you rise, high lunge. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, torso forward and sweep away. Sweep it up. Bring your hands down to prayer. Torso forward, bring the right foot to meet left. Little baby chair. Breathe and hold. Inhale as you bring your legs up to straight. Find your mountain pose. Find a little comfort in this pose. Find some stillness. Find your breath. Inhale, interlace your fingers with index fingers extended. Inhale, arms up overhead. Lock the legs, so feel like you're pulling the mat apart with the legs. Get really strong in the legs first. Inhale, center, exhale, over to the side. Inhale, center, exhale, over to the side with the torso. Finding your breath. Finding a little opening across the rib cage. Bring back to center and bring your hands back down to prayer. Shimmy the hips to make sure the tension is gone. Soften your face and your shoulders. Bringing the weight onto the left leg, bring the right leg forward without sending the hips sideways. And then place the right foot on the left shin. Press the foot into the shin, shin into the foot. Really glue those two together and open the right knee to the side. If you threw your hips out, bring it back. Squeeze the lower core and open. Bring your hands to prayer. Maybe you stay here practicing your balance, or maybe you interlace your fingers, lift them up overhead. Inhale, center. Exhale, torso over. Inhale, center. Exhale, torso over. It's a super challenge. Follow your breath. Find the wobbles. Oh, bring it down. Tap it out. Bringing the weight onto the right leg. Really even and strong in the hips. Bring the left leg forward. Plant it on the right shin. Engage. Hips strong. Then open left knee to left side. Hands to prayer. Up overhead. Inhale, center. Exhale, lengthen the torso. Inhale, center. Exhale, lengthen the other side. Lost it. Bring it back to center. Lower the arms. Tap out the feet. Inhale up. Connect with your breath. Bring your hands down to prayer. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down this time all the way down through center. Grab the ground. Bent legs. We're going to step the feet out a little wider. Turn the toes out. And find some movement. Nice and slow, bringing the hips down, yogi squat, malasana. If you wish to take this in a little more of a restorative, you can bring a block in underneath your hips. Find the torso nice and long. The best way to get openness is to find strength. So, pressing into the heels, engaging the legs, lift up off the hip joints. So use your muscles to lift. Find some movement.
We can do this. We can do this, everybody. We can do this.
Inhale as you press into the heels and rise up. Exhale as you lower. I'm going to make you froggy jump. Inhale as you press, rise. Exhale as you lower. Maybe start to take this a little bigger. Bring your arms up. Inhale up. Exhale down. Torso involved, stomach involved. You can keep this tiny. You can also just stay in malasana squat pose. Bring it all the way up. Bring your hands to prayer. Experience your feet a little wider. Get a little taller. And then step the left foot in, step the right foot back about 3 feet. Find a comfortable position for your legs first. Find your hips. Get them nice and square, pointing forward. And then come forward just a little. If you do not feel the back of the right leg and the back of the back of the left leg and the back of the left hip. Press into that left foot. Feel like you're pushing the mat away from you. That doesn't work. Pull the foot back towards the right foot. So engage and find your edge. Find your, not your edge, do not go to the edge. Find your point where you feel warm. Send your breath down your leg. Watch the joints. Try not to lock into any joints, fold into any joints. And you can stay here stretching. If you like, you can bring your arms out and make this a little challenging. Bring the right hand down towards the left foot. Inhale, open. Exhale down. Inhale, open. Bring it back to neutral. Turn toes out, heels in, come to straddle. Get really long in the torso, not locking the knees. Press the feet away from you. Bring the torso forward. We're going to inhale, open. Exhale, right hand towards left foot. Inhale, open. Exhale, left hand to right foot. You make this movement as big or as small as you need. Inhale, open. Bring your hands to your hips and you're going to turn your feet so the right leg is forward. Adjust this back foot so that you can find your hips even and facing the right foot. Get really long in the torso. Engage the feet in different ways till you find that point where you're opening up the back, the right leg and the right hip, right glute area. Breathe. Maybe stay here if this feels good. We're opening arms up, left hand towards right foot. Inhale, open. Exhale, left hand to foot. Bring the torso back up. Bring the weight into the right leg. Step forward, baby chair. Find your chair. Soften your shoulders. Engage the legs. Soften the low back. Inhale up and swan dive it down. Touch the ground. This time, step the feet back nice and slow. Walk it back slow. Changing the weight. Find your down dog. Connect with your head below your heart. Bending into the knees. Maybe stepping forward a little closer to your hands if you need to. Bring the weight onto the left arm. Try to stay engaged and not move the upper torso too much. Bring the right hand towards the left leg. Maybe grab on and pull. Take the tension out of the neck. Engage the shoulders. You can take some movement here. Breathe. Switch sides. Right arm strongly engaged, not sinking into this right shoulder. Then grab for the right leg. Tension out of the neck. Slowly bring that left hand forward and maybe a deeper bend in the knees. Slowly lower the forearms down to the ground, engaged. So feel like you're pulling your forearms apart. They're really strong, your shoulders are strong. And then maybe lift the hips back up. Maybe walk the feet in a little closer towards the elbows. Tension out of the neck. And then slowly lower the knees, untuck the toes, and find a regular child's pose. Surrender and find your breath. All the work is done. Maybe change your hands so your palms are up. Really surrender the shoulders. Lift the body up just a little. Press into the left hand. Take the right hand underneath, thread it through. Press the palm of the right hand down and then press into both hands. Activate the shoulders. Roll through different positions in the shoulders. Flip the palm up. Feel like you're pressing the back of the hand into the ground and then pull it back towards you. Again, strong through the shoulders. Finding some muscles. Take the tension out of the head. Rest it wherever it's comfortable. Switch sides. Right arm up, left arm threads through, palm down. First, press into both hands and move through the shoulders. Finding perhaps places where some muscles feel like they're a little bit weaker than others. Just trying different angles through the shoulders. Flip the palm of the left hand, press into the back of the hand, feel like you're pulling it back through. Again, little soft adjustments through the shoulders. Take the tension out of the head. Slowly bring that left hand back. Lower down all the way to crocodile. One hand on top of the other, forehead down. Shimmy the hips and let go. Imagine you could breathe in through the crown of your head and down a tube surrounding your spine. Imagine you could breathe in fresh and sweep away any tension and holding patterns with the exhale. Breathing in fresh. Exhaling away tension and holding patterns. Imagine your breath could go down from the crown of your head to your tailbone without any misaligned bones, any holding patterns, any scars, just fresh moving breath. Inhale fresh. Exhale, releasing tension and holding patterns with the exhale. Lift the right leg to a hover above the ground and then feel like somebody pulled it a little longer. Place it down. Lift the left leg to a hover. Feel like somebody pulled it a little longer and place it down. And then give a soft shuffle of the hips. Feel the breath as it moves through your torso with that little bit of compression on the front side. Feel the point where your hands touch your forehead. And if you are super comfortable here in this position, you are welcome to take your resting pose in this position. If not, you're just going to slowly roll over to your back. Taking some time to land back on the mat. Notice anything that feels different. Check in from the feet to the top of the head. Notice any adjustments. Notice any changes from when you began class. And then soften in, melt into the ground. Can you soften the soles of your feet a little more? Can you melt around your hips, the front of your hips, the back of your hips, your low back? Can you soften the torso, especially just in under the rib cage, allowing your breath to flow a little more freely? Can you soften any gripping around the palms of your hands or wrists? Bring your awareness to the base of the thumb on each hand. See if you can ungrip in this space where we grab and clamp. We often hold a lot of tension here. See if you can let go and soften. Can you soften the muscles of your neck and shoulders a little more? And soften around your eyes, your cheeks, your lips. And then from that point where our hands were touching in crocodile, a point right in the center of the forehead. Rest your awareness here and then gently fall backwards, as if you could fall and land in the very center of your brain. Land here and allow space for whatever is present here. See if you can greet yourself with kindness and without judgment, the way you would a dear friend. Notice that you can notice your thoughts. And then perhaps notice a little space in between the thoughts. And then from this noticing of the thoughts, begin to journey deeper and deeper within, as if drawing yourself closer and closer to the sound of your own heartbeat. Perhaps even finding the sound of your own heartbeat by becoming so quiet. let go of control of even your breath and travel in towards the sound of your own heart. Gently bring your awareness back to the present moment. And because we're on video, feel free to turn us off if you're in a good space and you need to stay here a little longer. Take as much resting time as you need. If you have somewhere to go and 60 minutes is all that you have, begin to bring a knee in at a time to your chest. Curl up in a little ball. And then roll on over to a side, whichever side is calling to you. And take a moment to connect to this pose, the beginning pose. Back to a time when we were a little more than just a heartbeat. Time in the womb when all of our needs were met and we had not judged ourselves as negative or positive. We were just a little spark of life. Come to this pose so that we can connect with that spark of life, see it and honor it, return to it. And let it shine a little more freely. Peeling off all the layers of time and judgment and worries, and the walls that we build up around this space. And the card I pulled today is I carried a watermelon. The line from Dirty Dancing when Johnny looks at Baby and says, "How'd you get here?" Baby says, "I carried a watermelon." is the absolute best thing to say at parties when you want to express how awkward you feel and to magically connect with all other completely awesome and social anxiety sufferers in history who've done amazing things anyway, such as to mumble in 1 week and perform it on stage like Baby did. It's pretty incredible feat even if she didn't pull off the lift. So there's a lot going on in that card, but I think it's pretty awesome. So imagine you could go throughout your day accepting the times when you said something like, I carried a watermelon, as just being part of your journey, trying not to worry about it, being as awesome as you awesomely are. Accepting yourself. So bring your hands to prayer at heart center. Letting your left and right sides meet in front of your heart. This gesture of accepting ourselves as whole and complete, exactly as we are. May we learn to smile and laugh at the times that we say something that wasn't quite what we meant to say, or did something that wasn't quite what we meant to pull off. And may we all know love, light, and connection. Thanks for joining us.